Hello, everybody, and welcome back to OMB Reviews. I am the critic who is a cynic. Welcome back to the One Man Low Council and to episode 288 of the Welcome to Asgard podcast, which reminds me to shout out Tove Morris, who is a $5 backer over on Anchor.fm. Please make sure you smash that like button if you're watching on YouTube. Light up that 5 button if you're watching on Odyssey. Tonight is an open forum birthday bash. It'll also be a little bit on the short side, which is why I'm starting about 5 minutes early here today. We're going to go until about 8 p.m. Eastern, so only about an hour show tonight, as I obviously have some birthday festivities to attend to with the family. So thank you again, everyone, for joining me today on this day. I've never really been big on birthdays in general. It's just never really been my cup of tea, but I know that other people get really excited for it. So I wanted to make sure that I was able to hang out with you beautiful, awesome people. And we already got some amazing people in the chat, so let's go ahead and say hello to some people. We got Snortopoopus Cuber, who says, "Hello, humans and other quitters. Hello to you. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it." Dolores Ed, what's going on, good sir? Thank you for joining us in the chat and for that $2 super chat. I appreciate it very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The R in the chat. What's going on, the R? By the way, I do have the stream going over on Odyssey tonight, so if you do want to head over there, you're more than welcome to do so. I was listening to something earlier and I just realized that I had my headphones still on, so I might play a bit of a video from a from an online musical. If you know anything about Star Kid Productions, they've done a Harry Potter musical amongst many others. There was a show they did called Twisted, which was a kind of a play on Aladdin, where Jafar ends up being the good guy. So it's kind of like a play on the musical Wicked by using Aladdin. And anyway, it's pretty clever, and there's this really great song where the guy sings about his age, and it, interestingly enough, fits to the age that I have just hit myself, and so I might play that in a little bit to kind of mention that a bit as well. Let's see. The R says, "I am a big critter." Absolutely. Brian Barth, what's going on, good sir? Thank you for being here. He also asked a question right off the gate. Brian Barth, always straight to the questions. Yes, I have heard of Paul Thomas Anderson. He has a very limited filmography, interestingly enough. However, what I will say is I can only really say There Will Be Blood is the only film I like from him. Every other film that I have seen from him, which would be The Master and Phantom Thread, I did not like. I thought Phantom Thread was incredibly boring. The Master was, again, boring and bizarre as well. And There Will Be Blood is a masterpiece. I love There Will Be Blood. So those are my overall general thoughts on Paul Thomas Anderson. Mr. Roy coming in and dropping a happy birthday over on Streamlabs. Thank you very much for that Streamlabs donation. Very, very generous, good sir. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. $25 donation, Mr. Roy. Thank you, man. You don't have to do that. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Thank you. Bruce in the chat. What's going on? Bruce, just another red shirt in the chat. What is going on? Pre-hindsight here. What's going on, good sir? No, I don't know what's going on there. I know that they're heading to Boston. And of course, all of this always happens during the work week or during a time when I'm still at work. Like it couldn't happen in 2 weeks when I will be. I know that it's surrounded about a game, so obviously there's no real control over it. But in a couple weeks, I have an entire week off from school. I would love for one of these events to be when I'm actually off from work and I could actually work out to be able to to actually go to some of these meetups and to some of these events. So anyway, no, I don't know what happened. I have no idea. Matthew Highland, what's going on, good sir? Yes, indeed. It's indeed be me. Forever Sci-Fi, what's up? Thank you for being a member. JKDX76, what's up? He says, happy birthday if you're referencing your own birthday. It is indeed. Kermit Frog is in the chat. Hail to you. Laura Story, Laura, thank you for being here. And Laura, thank you very much for modding tonight. There, of course, are our Valkyrie, Tina, the Empress of the Universe, is in the process of moving. And 70B is typically late, as she is also, just like me, is a working person. It's a working person. And that's all I'll say about that. Thank you again for being here, Laura. I appreciate it. Let us see. We got the Physics channel with Kenny Lee. Says, hey, Odin, hope you had a great day at school and a better birthday. Well, thank you, good sir. No, actually, it was pretty great. A lot of students coming up to say happy birthday, which made, again, I'm not a big birthday person, but it's just kind of nice just to be able to talk to students, hear from students that I hadn't heard from all year because of just, not having them, right? I have an entire, the entire junior class. And so, a lot of the seniors that I had last year, they're taking other classes and I typically don't really get to see them all that much. So it is something that is really nice, I think, to be able to see them and to hear from them in this way. So yeah, it was really, really cool to have that. By the way, I'm getting a notification here. So, oh man, well, thank you very much. Rodrigo, thank you for the $100 donation using my Willow link. First time anyone's ever done it through Willow. I thought I had it set up where it would notify, but maybe it's not set up properly, but I got a notification. So Rodrigo, dude, thank you so very much, man, for the $100 donation, man, via Willow. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. And he says, God bless, happy birthday. Thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. You rock. Thank you again for being awesome, and thank you for your support. That's awesome, dude. Thank you, man. There he is, Deus Volt. Absolutely, Rodrigo. Thank you, man. You're awesome. I appreciate it. All right. But yeah, school was fun. I actually got to bring baby Thor with me. It was his first time ever going to the school. So it was nice having students who, especially my students from last year, who really their knowledge of him was relatively limited because when we started the year last year, he was still in the womb and hadn't even been born yet. Within the first, quarter of school, I had to take 2 weeks off for his birth. And so they got pictures and updates like every now and then. But yeah, I mean, just they've kind of, I guess in a way, kind of like grown up with him and seen him like grow up, through different pictures and stuff like that. So it was really nice and really cool to be able to have them be able to meet him in that way. Because I remember just when I was a student myself, whenever teachers would have, maybe their kids around or when major life events would happen, they stuck with you. And it was cool to be able to kind of like go back, and whenever you would like visit, you would be able to like actually see like their kids as they were growing up. And you're like, oh my goodness, I remember when you were like this big. I remember being in the hall. So it was nice getting some extra time with them, getting some extra time with baby Thor, and him being able to meet the students as well. It's really cool. So Ms. Martin Muses, thank you very much for the $1 super chat. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. Also, the K-Man, what's going on, K-Man? Congratulations on the work, and of course also on being in the great state of Tennessee. Sad that you were not able to join us for the Chosen stream this past weekend, but he sent a $20 donation via Streamlabs. Thank you very much for donating via Streamlabs, man. It really does mean a lot. And he says, happy birthday. Thank you, man. I very much appreciate that. And Ms. Mara Muses, thank you very much for the rose. Always appreciate the beautiful roses that you send. So thank you. Laura Story, there she is. Laura, thank you again for modding today. And yes, indeed, if you have a comment or question, please put at Odin at the very beginning of your comment, unless you are a member, in which case I try the very best that I can to read all of those as much as I possibly can. Let's see. New number 2 has been a member for 16 months. Damn, new number 2, Dean Heiss. Thank you very much. the Citizen of Asgardian level. Thank you very much, good sir. Also, for some reason, this did not pop up in my little notifications, but Orange Hat Reviews has been a member for 15 months, and he says, whoever hosts this stream, if ye beware, they shall be wished happy birthday. Thank you very much, Orange Hat Reviews, man. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. I'm assuming that as members, you get the ability to send like a super chat as a part of the membership. I think that's how that works. But I don't know why it didn't pop up in my notifications, but I'm still glad I had the live chat up so that I could see that. So thank you, Orange Hat. I really do appreciate that, man. See, Joey's movie blog. What's going on, good sir? Says happy birthday, my man. It's ironic because tomorrow I'm celebrating the big 18. Well, hey, happy early birthday to you, good sir. It's a good day. It's a good day. It's the feast day of St. Michael, the Archangel. So it's a awesome feast day to have. Now in the modern church, it's actually used to celebrate the feast of all of the archangels. Also Gabriel and Raphael. I know people like to say Raphael. I like Raphael. I had a professor in my master's program that pronounced it as Raphael. And I just, ever since then, I'm like, I got to say Raphael. I just got to say it. It's just fun to say. Laura Story, speaking of mods, Laura Story, thank you very much for the $20 donation via Streamlabs. Thank you for donating via Streamlabs. I appreciate it. I'm seeing some cakes. I'm seeing some fun some fun faces and stuff. It's hard to kind of see it from because it's a little bit smaller on my screen. But Laura, thank you very much for that. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Just another red shirt. Thank you very much for the kind words. I appreciate it. Thank you also. Again, Laura, appreciate it. Snortapoopus, who's a member, says, happy birthday, All-Father. Thank you very much, Snortapoopus. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Thank you for those gifts, Robert Frey. Yes, indeed. Cake and ice cream. Yes, indeed. I don't have ice cream. I actually didn't pick up ice cream this weekend. I probably should have picked up ice cream this weekend, but I didn't. But my wife did bake me a cake. I'm kind of like an old school. It's the out of the box yellow cake with chocolate icing on it. Ugh. It's so good. It's so delicious. So I have that with a little bit of like chocolate milk action going on. Oh boy, it is delicious. It is fantastic. So definitely a big fan of that. Let's see, Dolores says ice cream cake or I riot. Ice cream cake. I had some ice cream cake back in the day. That stuff was my jam. I will say this much. The best cake ever. My favorite, obviously, is still very much the typical yellow cake with chocolate icing. But I will say that cookie cake was totally my jam back in the day. Cookie cake, totally my jam. That was like what you always had. Like as we were growing up, that is the cake that everyone had at every single party. And it was always just one of the best things because it's just a giant cookie. It's essentially a giant cookie. It's fantastic. JKD Buck says, congrats on another trip around the sun. God bless you, sir. Well, thank you very much, JKD Buck. I appreciate that. Hunka Chunky Funky Monkey says, my merry birth miss, my dude. Hopefully many more to come. I hope so as well, Hunky Chunky. Thank you very much for the kind words. New number 2, thank you for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. Phonemo over on D-Live. What's up, D-Live fam? Thank you. Thank you. Bruce, thank you very much, good sir. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. Brian then says, I remember watching you when you still had hair. What happened to that hair? One video it was there, the next it was not. Well, clearly I shaved it off. It was already on the shorter side of things, and it's just a lot easier to maintain. It's pretty straightforward, I would say. D Nice, thank you very much. Good, sir. Once again, Mr. Roy, now that it's popping up in the chat, Mr. Roy, thank you again for that $25 donation via Streamlabs. And again, I appreciate you donating via Streamlabs because YouTube don't get none of it. YouTube don't get none. Kara Tharp, what's going on, Kara? Thank you for being here. Love you, Kara Tharp. Thank you for being a member on the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Mr. Roy waving again. Thank you, good sir. Thanks for being here. Robert Mobley, what's going on? How's it going? Soul Assassin, thank you very much for the kind words. Thank you. Let's see. Laura says, "Oh, thanks for reminding me to add The Master to my watch list." Yeah, it's got some good moments in it. I do think that Paul Thomas Anderson, going back to Brian's original question, I do think that he is a talented filmmaker. I just think he sometimes can fall into the style over substance. I really do think so. To date, his best film, without a shadow of a doubt, no question about it, is definitely There Will Be Blood. And I think it's not even just because of the story, it's because of the actors in that as well. All right, over on Odyssey, the R's over there says, "Happies, I think we also celebrate St. Vincent de Paul today. I could be mistaken. Yellow cake with chocolate icing. Yes, sir." No, actually, so it's Saint, I always mispronounce his name, but it's St. Wenceslaus, or Wenceslaus, St. Wenceslaus. And there is also a feast now for Saints Ruiz and companions who were missionaries in Japan and were, I believe they are martyrs of the faith. All of them are martyrs. St. Wenceslaus also is a martyr of the faith as well. Kind of crazy because he was actually assassinated while praying. He was killed while praying in the chapel, with the death blow being given by his brother. So, yeah, interesting person to share a feast day with. But tomorrow, big feast day, of course, with it being the feast day of St. Michael the Archangel. And if you know anything about what's going on in the church, you know we need drastically the intercession of all the saints in heaven, most especially St. Michael the Archangel. All right, let's see. Alex McCarthy, what's going on, good sir? Says, "Happy birthday, Odin. How's it going outdoor? You're still a youngin' to me." Well, thank you, Alex McCarthy. I definitely appreciate that. Thank you. Evan S., what is going on? Thank you for being here. Let's see. O's baby Thor's birthday is so close together. Yeah, really, with a couple weeks separation, we did think, there was a chance, if he had been early, that we could have shared a same birthday. But I'm actually... his birthday has a lot of meaning to me because his birthday is actually the anniversary of the miracle of the sun. If you know anything about Our Lady of Fatima, it is the last apparition of Our Lady to the children of Fatima, and it's also the miracle of the sun, which was witnessed by 70,000 people, both people of faith, atheists as well. And it's the most well-documented public miracle pretty much since, I guess you could say, the resurrection. I mean, as far as it being witnessed by many different people. But as far as the most public miracle, I guess that, and you could also maybe even say the miracle of the feeding of the 5,000 would be another example of a public miracle. It's really amazing. Anyway. Yeah, it's pretty crazy that we're so close together. But I love his birthday for that reason. Crisco says, "Happy birthday. What's your favorite James Bond theme for the Daniel Craig films?" Ooh, I don't really remember the themes from his era all that much, to be honest. So I guess I do like Skyfall's theme. I do find it catchy. I find his theme catchy. So I guess I would have to go there. New number 2, thank you for the ice cream and cake stickers, super stickers. So I appreciate that very much on YouTube's end. And then Rosie G12, thank you so much. $20 says, "Happy birthday, Odin." Thank you very much, Rosie. I appreciate your very generous super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. Laura says, "I have gigantic Empress-sized shoes to fill." Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Forever Sci-Fi, "I haven't celebrated my own birthday since I was a teenager, but as my family would say, Stolat, Odin." Yeah, I've always kind of been that way. Whenever my birthday comes around, I always know I get the questions of, "Oh, what do you want? And it's just like, it is. I remember it was my 21st birthday when I was in college. And, everyone's always like, 21st birthday, gonna go crazy. I was straight edge at that time. So my 21st birthday, I just chilled. I think I went to go see a movie, and I took it easy. That's just always, there came a time in my life, especially in my later teen years, where I was just like, there's so many more important things, and as long as I get to spend time with friends and family, that's the most important thing. if there's any gift that I know that I appreciate, it's when I don't have to make decisions. I know that might sound a little odd, but it's always like, oh, what do you want to do for your birthday? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? I want to not make decisions. That's what I want. That would be the best. That would be the best gift ever. Is if decisions just were made for me instead. I don't know. That's just always kind of like been my mentality. Hunky Chunky says, a fandom event that caters to your schedule. You have got to be kidding me, right? They won't ever do that. Yeah, seriously. It's not like I've been requesting for, them to push back or push up the gaming streams either during the week or on the weekend so that I can actually play. Again, it is what it is, too. I mean, the schedules are what they are. And obviously, it's so much is outside of the control of individuals, and so it's again, I like to play up the game, right? To play up the tension. There really is none. I love my brothers and sisters, Geeks and Gamers community, of course my fellowship as well for Friday Night Tights, and all of them. Obviously my Asgardian community as well. So it's all in good fun whenever that happens. But it would be nice. I do really want to be able to be a part of the fan events when I can. And obviously being a full-time worker, right? Working full-time definitely makes that a little bit more difficult for sure. But I love it. I love what I do. Joey Horn, what's going on? Thank you for being here. Rodrigo, thank you again for that incredibly generous donation via that Willow link. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. And God bless you, good sir. Let's see, Soul Assassin says, question, do your students call you Mr. Odin or just Mr. when you're at school? Yeah, so they would, I do not, no, yeah, they are not to call me Odin at school. Again, I am a very typical, I'm all about respect, and so I expect them to call me by my actual name, to be respectful with that. So does that mean that every now and then there's not a person that, puts something else, puts the name Odin in there somewhere? Obviously that can happen from time to time. And depending on the context of the situation, it's not as big of a deal. But yeah, it's not that I ask them to. I very much try as best as I can. And I'm obviously not always successful, but I always try and keep my work and my, really like, my hobby, right? My very fun hobby. I try and keep them as separate as possible. Mostly just for, obviously safety concerns. Let's see here. Forever Sci-Fi says, like that Rob Thomas song that says, I'm not afraid of getting older. I'm one less day from dying young. Yes, indeed. The song I have, though, is very much specific to my age. Matthew Highland says, happy birthday to you. Too many years to come. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Daniel Thorne, thank you again. Also, thank you to Miss Martin Muses for that red rose. I appreciate it. Gary Banjo Sandwich says, Odin or is it Olden? Happy birthday. I don't know. I guess it depends. I feel like the community is usually on the older side compared to me. But everyone's young. Everyone's young here. That's what I think. I think I see a bunch of awesome, amazing young people living life, having fun. Actually, this past weekend was able to, first time since we've moved here, to be honest, with the exception of family, we actually had people over. We had a couple people over. I cooked dinner, cooked some barbecue, and we just hung out. It was awesome. It was so cool. And I had just forgotten what that was like, It was just truly amazing. And it is something I hope continues to happen. Especially when you think back with everything that's happened with the pandemic and just how many people have lost these like small moments. I mean, you really start to appreciate them once you get them back, I think. So if you've not had that experience recently and maybe you've used to, I'd recommend it. It's fun. Joey Horn, thank you for very much for those birthday wishes. I appreciate it. What do we got here? It says IRA Darth Aggie. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes. Appreciate it. Laura Story says chocolate cake with buttercream frosting is the best birthday cake. That is a really good one for sure. Andrew Hayes, thank you very much. I very much appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The new number 2 coming in with the super sticker. Again, slice of pink birthday cake with purple icing and a candle. I always love how the stream, the restream chat just explains every single one. JKD Buck agrees about yellow cake with chocolate icing. Favorite. Yes, it is definitely my favorite. New number 2, thank you for that ice cream cone. Appreciate it. Physics Channel with Kenny Lee says, one of my favorite teachers was also my tennis coach, and several years later, I was his son's teacher and tennis coach. The impact you make on students lasts forever. Have fun teaching. That's why I do have fun teaching. It really is a blast. And obviously, not every day is perfect. You, of course, will have students every now and then where, there will be issues or tensions. And actually, to be more often than not, there's just students that you don't really connect with that much. And so, or at least you don't think you do. And then maybe down the line, you find out something about them. You find out something and they reveal something to you, or they open up to you or something. And yeah, I think it's just it's really cool to see. And that's why it's nice being in the position where I am, having known a lot of the students who are now my students directly, where we've actually been at the school at the same amount of time. I don't know. There's a connection to be made there, I think. And so, as I always said, I love what I do. It's a very big passion of mine. I'm trying to grow in knowledge. One of my goals for this year is to do a lot more reading, to do a lot more studying, to really just know my stuff, to know it well. Because one of the things that I like hearing is, how do you know so much? And it's not a matter of pride for me. It's just more so that's the kind of teacher that I've always wanted to be, is the one that is willing to answer questions, is willing to give answers, is not going to be the one that just, says, oh, we're not going to talk about that, or, oh, I'm not even going to bring that up, or, oh, it's not the right time. Like, I like to have discussions, and some of the discussions that teenagers, especially as they go through those teenage years, those very formative years, there's a lot of things going on in their lives. And I think there's things that they need to hear. There's things that they need to talk about. And I just love being able to have those conversations and to be able to come from it with a knowledge base that I think can help. And I have so much room still to grow. And that's one of the things that I'm able to do this year. Time has really been more so the issue, and it's less so with baby Thor and family. It's more so just at school. There's just so much more to do, and obviously it makes sense because it's the first year that we are back, and it's we're actually having to do meetings and have people sit in our class and do not reviews, but basically it's something that all schools do, where you have an administrator sit in your class and then they take notes and give you advice and things like that. It's that's just a standard procedure, but we haven't really had the last few years, especially the last couple years. So it's very odd. It's very odd, I think, for that. But yeah, I love it. See, JKD Buck says, do you like your cake in the fridge to get a little chill action, or room temperature? I like room temperature. Actually, I love it when it's even still a little bit warm, mostly because the icing. I don't like when the icing's hard. I like when the icing is nice and creamy. Creamy icing. That's the way to go. Alex McCarthy, I love ice cream, but lactose intolerant, but I power through WWE. I can power through ice cream. Yeah, if you can power through WWE, you can power through anything, man. That's just a fact. Joey's Movie Blog. I'm celebrating with a deep dish pizza and Dungeon and Dragon. Nice, dude. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do tonight. As I said, it's gonna be a short show tonight, so got another 37 minutes or so. We're gonna end right around 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight. I think we have been playing. I think I've mentioned this before. My wife and I have been playing Trivial Pursuit on the Switch. I know, weird, odd things, right, on the Switch to play, but we've been playing Trivial Pursuit, and it's just been fantastic. So maybe we'll play that. We have Mario Kart on there too, because yes, I have Mario Kart and I can play Mario Kart. And if I had a capture card, correction, if I had a capture card and extra time, I would totally like to do streaming of Mario Kart. But I could play with the boys and girls for the Geeks and Gamers streams. They play so late, and as I mentioned, I am a full-time worker. I'm up at 6 a.m. every single day because I wake up so that I can take care of the dogs, so that I can also get a video out for the channel. So that way when I get home after work, I can just spend that time with my son and not have to worry about anything else. Everything that I'd wanted to do for the day is done. And I'm actually even thinking of even changing my schedule a bit to add an extra hour in the morning to try and really, focus on increasing or at least being more consistent with just general prayer devotions. Really trying to push myself in that direction, because if there's one thing that I know I struggle with, it's in creating these habits of prayer, especially. And so I know one thing I really want to try and be able to bring up. Hologram Nunchuck says, "Hail and happy birthday to the critic who's a cynic." Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I actually have one of the gifts that I was given from my in-laws kind of is a bit of I saw someone mention the word throwback. It's like, you want to talk about throwback? Man, I used to rock hats all the time. So this was a gift, actually, because I've been wanting a new hat that actually fit. So finally got one in. So a huge shout out to the in-laws for this. But this is a shout out. This right here is a throwback, because I rocked the hat for a long time. Long time. So the R, thank you very much for the $5 super chats. Sneaking over to YouTube to give you a happy birthday super chat. Thank you. The R, I appreciate it. R, were you the one asking me about activating things on Odyssey? Because I'm pretty sure I went through that process for donations over there. But hey, I appreciate you coming over anyway. And then Rusty Shackelford, what's going on, dude? Thank you for the $10 donation via Streamlabs. Thank you for donating via Streamlabs. I appreciate it. I very much appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you. You're awesome, man. Thank you. There is Rosie G12. Hello. Thank you again for that super chat. Can highlight it up on the screen. As I said, I think we're just I'm going to have cake. So I'm definitely going to have some cake. And I guess we might watch a movie. We've been watching the show Ted Lasso, because my wife had gotten an iPad for work, and with it came a free year of Apple TV Plus. And so we've been watching Ted Lasso. And I'm going to say, to be honest, it's a very hit and miss show. There's some just, again, woke agenda nonsense that's in the show. But then there's also like some really funny stuff in the show. And then there's also some really heartfelt stuff in the show too. It's a whole wide range of emotions. It really is a whole wide range of emotions. So either that, or we'll watch just a simple fun comedy maybe. I don't know how we're gonna celebrate it, but at the very least we'll probably play some Trivial Pursuit, because that's been fun. Let's see, 70B. What's going on, 70B? Happy birthday, dear Odin. Thank you. And 70B, Tina B, my Valkyrie, thank you very much for the Valkyrie gift. The Valkyrie got me a gift to Criterion, actually. So I'm still trying to figure out what I want to use the Criterion gift for. The Criterion gift card for. So thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bifford the Hobbit coming in with a $10 donation via Streamlabs. Well, thank you. Thank you very much for that, man. I appreciate it. He says, happy birthday. Are you going to see Eyes of Tammy Faye? I saw it. It was fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really heard all that much about it, to be honest. And is that a theatrically exclusive film? Because I think I've mentioned this. It's really hard for me to go see really any film in theaters now, just because I'm working full time. All my extra time is dedicated to, the time that I do have for the channel, and of course family. So I don't really have as much free time. So for me, it's like I'm going to have to probably pick and choose the few films that I actually make time to plan to go see, and make sure it works with Freya's schedule as well. Because that's, again, a very important factor to always consider, of course. All right, here is the pronunciation of the saint's name. It's Wenceslas. Wenceslas. Such a weird pronunciation. That's the one thing, if there's one gripe I have with my birthday. One, had I been born a day later, I would have shared it with St. Michael the Archangel, and that would have been awesome. But then also, like, as awesome as Saint Wenceslas is, the name has always driven me crazy. Wenceslas. Come on, man. Couldn't have picked a easier name to pronounce. I've always had issues pronouncing certain names. Laura says, Live and Let Die is a great Bond song, and Goldfinger, so many good songs. Oh, yeah, no, because he specifically had mentioned the Daniel Craig era. Oh, yeah, if you go back in time, obviously, Live and Let Die is as far as like a song is concerned, great. It didn't really fit the whole Bond thing, though. Like, it was probably the most un-Bond-like song, if we're being honest. But it was, I think, the best song. Yeah, Goldfinger is a great theme song. Yeah, there's a lot of really good classics for sure. Andrew Hayes tagged to say, seeing a movie on your birthday is always the best. It is a pretty good thing. Paradox Guy, what's going on? HyperNex13, what's going on, good sir? Happy birthday, man. Hope you and the fam are well. Well, thank you for that. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. It's going well. Kermit Frog, what's going on? Tag to say, have you seen the show Bones yet? If you've not, although it's really dark as the show goes on, happy birthday. Well, thank you for that. Daniel, let's see. If you're talking about like the show Bones with the guy who was Angel and Buffy, that show Bones? Because that was like a long series, if it's the same show that I'm thinking of. But no, I've never actually seen that one before. Laura says, poor drunk 3PO looked terrified in the back seat while they were driving. I don't blame him, dude. Dude, me and drunk we're obviously different, but we're cut from a very similar cloth. So I have a feeling that if I was in that car, me and him would probably be freaking out together. Like, what in the world are y'all doing? Like, stop putting our lives in danger. I imagine that's the kind of shenanigans that was going on. Left Cross, thank you very much for the birthday wishes, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. JKDBuck76, thank you for being a decent person always. I can let my 14-year-old watch you and never worry. Greatest channel on YouTube. JKDBuck, thank you, man. I really do appreciate that. And that's actually one thing I was thinking of when bringing up the fake gripe with it's like the half truth, half not truth with the not being able to game with the rest of the crew. Something I was thinking of was making a suggestion, and we'll see how it goes. But if I could somehow squeeze in, maybe promote a Saturday morning gaming stream, and the purpose of it would be for it to be a family friendly one. It's like hosted like on Geeks and Gamers, whether it's on the Twitch, whether it's for premium or not. But I think having like a family-friendly gaming stream, one, because I think that's a good thing to have, right? Because it creates, I think, more abilities for people to support the different shows and to, again, as you said, know that they can watch some of these things and still have fun. But also, too, because when you have people, because I can even think about if you have people like me and Josiah and Krista and Drunk 3PO, like, who are not really known for, harsh language, I'd probably throw Tugs in that mix as well. I think it'd be really funny because we would still be getting into it, but we would be using like different words. I don't know. Like, I just think that could be really funny. Like, I think it'd be funny on a whole other level, because instead of it just being F this, F that all the time, it would actually be something different, I don't know. I think that there's something about that I don't know. If you are a member on Geeks and Gamers, by the way, I would say reach out. Make the recommendation. It's y'all's voices that control this. It's y'all's voices that can make a difference. But thank you. I really do appreciate that, JKD Buck. It's one of the things that I definitely am. If I'm proud of anything, it is that not only the channel staying, PG, and I would say at most PG-13, but not because of language, more so because of like the content being covered in like a third party setting, is that in a lot of ways it's changed me, because knowing that I have obviously a public visible persona, and knowing that a student can find it at any time, an employer can find it any time, I mean, it's helped me become a better person too. So I thank you for that as well, because y'all have been so amazing in the chat. it's amazing. It truly is amazing that, we have people come in, right? We have people come in and we lay down the rules. We ask people just to be cognizant of the others in the chat, and it's no fuss. It really is awesome. It really is so cool to see, and that's why one of the many reasons why I love the community so much. By the way, Daniel D, thank you for the $5 super chat 4 minutes ago. He says, happy birthday, mine is tomorrow, but I am the same age as Gary, so you are lucky I even know how to super chat. Well, thank you, Daniel D. I appreciate it. So you are not a boomer like Gary. That's a good thing to see there. And hey, happy early birthday. And as I mentioned, Feast of St. Michael the Archangel. Good feast day to share for sure. No, Joey Horn, no, oh, Captain, my Captain. Nope. One class, I think it was yesterday, tried to sing happy birthday, and it was just like, oh. SWV says, we Valkyries have a gift for you. I had already shouted y'all out for it. Yeah, y'all, I saw, thank you again for that gift card to Criterion. Yeah, I had responded to y'all on the Discord server, and then I had shouted y'all out earlier. I really do appreciate it. See, Gonzalo, we are all young at heart. Yes, this is true. Very, very true. Evan S. says, Professor Odin, what is transubstantiation? Transubstantiation refers to the belief within the Catholicism that the bread and wine transubstantiate, or change in substance, change in essence from bread and wine into the body and blood of Christ. There it is. Obviously, there's a deeper philosophical discussion to be had there, but in a nice, succinct way. That is the teaching. Slicer says, happy birthday. Hail. Cake and presents is always a recipe for a good day in my book. It's fun. It's definitely fun. And again, for me, when my wife was like, hey, you want to do anything special? I'm like, no, just chill. Fine by me. Pilot Dawn, thank you for the birthday wishes. Very much appreciate that. See, Matthew Highland says, I was always an Austin Powers man from James Bond. Yeah, baby, yeah. Yeah, my wife and I are both fans of the Austin Powers films, for sure. No doubt about it. By the way, as you can see, I fixed the chat. For some reason, the chat went to the default chat, which is what caused for it was whenever the message would get like over here, it would start to disappear. I was able to change it back, and so now the messages are all popping up. But Jake86 I love regular cake, but have a hard time eating it since the radiation. So my wife always gets me ice cream cake instead. Easier to eat when half your salivary glands are cooked. Well, hey, I'm sorry to hear about that, JKD, but I don't know if I'd ever known that before, to be honest. So again, prayers to you. I don't know if is it current radiation or like just the effects of past radiation. But praying for you, man. And hey, yeah, ice cream cake is still delicious, man. Ice cream cake is legit. Snorpoopus, I wanted to be a school teacher at one time, but the fish didn't like me swimming with them. Yeah, Snorpoopus. And here's the thing. When I was growing up, never wanted to be a teacher. Was not even on my radar. In fact, several times I said, I will never be. It's like, if there's one thing I know that I will never be, it is this. And then I got to a point in my life, as I think many of us do, where we're like, I don't know what to do with my life. And I started working at AMC theaters. And around the same time, I felt inspired. I forget when it was, but there was a homily at church. There's a homily at Mass one day. And I just felt this compulsion to learn about the faith and to teach and defend it. And then that guided me to entering into my master's program. And, 4 years later, since I was doing it a part-time, about 4 years later, got my master's degree. And, I've been teaching, since halfway through my master's program, which is just kind of crazy to think about. I've been teaching for 6 years, which is just insane to me that it's been that long. It feels like yesterday that I was just a first-time teacher. Evan S. says, Professor Odin, explain the theology of the body. Well, in short, the theology of the body is a series of Wednesday audiences given by St. John Paul II, dealing specifically with the nature of the body and the human person. Fun little factoid there. The R, thank you again for that super chat, man. I really do appreciate that. Odin Heiss over on D-Live sent an ice cream donation. There it is. There it is. There it is. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Joey Horn says the Geeks and Gamers crew might be scared to include you in the races. That's what I've always said. Now, obviously, I've said that more in a joking way, but hey, I'm no slouch. I'm definitely not the best at Mario Kart, but I used to play Mario Kart 64 all the time. And when it got announced that the Switch was going to be getting access to some old school N64 games, I was so pumped. So, yeah, I love me some Mario Kart. And let's just say, I have played Mario Kart with them before, too. Because they used to have the stream earlier, or they would, move it up a little bit. It's only recently that now everything's like 10 Eastern or 11 Eastern. It's like, if you're doing that on a Sunday night and I'm giving up at 6 a.m. and might be getting up at 5 a.m. in the future, I can't do that. There's no way I'd function. And I take my job seriously. Forever Sci-Fi. Just play worldwide Mario Kart. Apparently you have a good chance of playing against Dan Vask as he practices to get good enough to beat Jeremy. Is that what he does? Does he really play it worldwide? Yeah, no, I would love if I had the time and the capture card to be able to play it on here. I'm not much of a gamer, but Mario Kart's just fun. Soul Assassin, that hat makes you look like Sherlock. Odin, does it now? Does it really? Oh, does it really? JKD Buck says, nice hat. You should also try an Indiana Jones hat as well. Never owned an Indiana Jones hat, to be honest. Never, ever tried it. Never been my thing. Odinana. I don't know how to say that as Indiana. Odinana Jones and the Temple of Pizza. Now, that would be a great film, only because of the pizza aspect, for sure. Evan S. says, that flat cap looks great on you. Looks like you're going on a newsy strike drinking in an Irish pub. Definitely all down for that newsy strike. Try Bottle Alley or the Harbor. Try Central Park, it's guaranteed. If you want to see a young Christian Bale singing and dancing, look up the movie Newsies. You're welcome. You are welcome. He's a fine dancer, not much of a singer. Daniel Thorne. Are there any B-Day punches headed your way tonight? Punches? I mean, that hasn't been a thing for me since high school, really. By the way, Jay Rule, thank you for being a member for 2 months in a row at Citizen of Asgardian level. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, the whole punches stuff hasn't happened in a long time. Laura says, my brother was so competitive that after I repeatedly trounced him in Trivial Pursuit, he memorized the answers. Well, that's not even fair. If you're memorizing the answers, that loses the point. And that's why I love the fact that there is actually a Switch game, like a Switch version. It comes with other games like Monopoly and Risk. I will say that the Switch version of Monopoly and everything, like those I don't think translate as well. Trivial Pursuit works pretty well, and the fact that it's connected to the internet means that it can update over time. So that's, I think, a really cool aspect of it, is that you can actually get updated questions over time. Let's see. Crisco says, the first reactions to No Time to Die are in. Of course, the critics love it, but I'm already interested to see regular audiences have to say. Yeah, I had Chris Gore, actually, was able to go to see it, got to see it early, and his general sentiment was, it's not overly woke, it's entertaining as hell, only a few cringe lines, and obviously holding back there, and his theory is that Phoebe Waller-Bridge was put in to write a few choice lines, which obviously bring up the Me Too criticism, but that it's rather been overblown. And actually, to be honest, that does not surprise me at all. That basically the press was fed crumbs, they turned them into molehills, and the movie is going to be a generically fun for a lot of people action flick that's probably still going to lose its money, because that is typically what happens. Andrew Hoyle, what's going on? He says, I'm auditioning for The Gentleman too. Dude, if I could, that'd be a fun movie to be in. That'd be a lot of fun. Matthew Highland, I saw the Oasis documentary in theaters on September 23rd, and my God, it was great. Really need Liam and Noel to stop fighting and start jamming again. I'm not much of a music person, so hey, I'm glad that you enjoyed it though. Biffer the Hobbit says, Dear Evan Hansen made me sob for a whole 2 hours. I've seen it 5 times already. Biffer, dude, yeah. As I said, I've had access to the soundtrack for years because the musical came out back in 2016, and it's a beautiful show. It really is. It's a beautiful story. It's incredibly powerful. It deals with a lot of issues that, especially in the midst of the pandemic, a lot of kids are dealing with, as far as bullying is concerned, dealing with depression and all this stuff. And I think there's an incredibly important message in it. I think it's sad the way it was released. I think it's sad the way it was produced, to be honest. The trailers don't do it any justice whatsoever. As much as I like having Ben Platt back as the lead, having him as a 27-year-old guy playing a teenager and them just using whatever effects they were using, whether it's makeup or anything, it looks terrible as far as his overall look. He doesn't look real. It looks so artificial. It's so artificially bad. But I do really want to see it at some point. I really do, because I have never actually seen the entire show. I've only ever listened to the soundtrack, and it's so powerful. The song Words Fail especially really can get the emotions going. One of my favorite songs to sing in the car on a road trip is Words Fail. So much fun. Powerful, powerful song. Alrighty, let us see. Alright, Forever Sci-Fi's member says, on those rare occasions I'm a passenger, I get car sick, but only when sitting in the back. So I get drunk being uncomfortable. Oh yeah, I know. So was his comfort level because of that, of being in the back, or was it because of craziness going on? Yeah, I'm not one who, I don't really deal with that in a car. Andrew Hoyle, happy birthday, brother. Hope you have a jolly spiffing day. Well, thank you very much, Governor. Thank you, Governor. Just to make Andrew Hoyle even more mad, just reminds me of Mary Poppins. Good night, Governor, step in time. Good night, Governor, step in time. Never need a reason, never in a rhyme. Good night, Governor, step in time. Oh, much love. Punk Waddle, what's going on, good sir? Thank you for being here. Odin's colorful non-swear jar streams. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Inferior, what's going on? Happy barf day. Mr. Odin, good sir, hope you're doing well and having a wonderful time on this, your age of advancement. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Don Baca, what's up, dude? Long time no see. Don. Are we going to address the elephant in the room about a certain box office? Again, just wanted to say. Punk Waddle, what's going on, good sir? Thank you for being here. Thank you. Alrighty then. Let us see where we are. JK2X76 says, the only guy I know who has Han Solo dice and a wooden sword in his room. Seriously, not many people can say they have the Han Solo dice, right? The legit Han Solo dice and a wooden katana and an old racing gaming chair that I don't know what to do with, and a little play area for baby Thor. There's a lot of things in my room. Don, you're in a fantasy. Limping. It's at 196. Oh my goodness. Don, just take the L. Don, take the L, dude. It's going to be at the break-even point this coming weekend. And then it's going to be, at the end of its run, well over $200 million. Take the L. It's okay. You're not right. Now you're just trolling. Either you're clueless or you're trolling, and I hope you're trolling at this point. I really do. Anyway, Jonathan Red Shred said, Gary's too young to be a real boomer. He just plays one. I know that. That's why it's fun. That's why it's funny. Laura says, I feel like Tina needs a Dan Vast-like theme song. She does. She really does, for sure. No doubt about it. No doubt about it at all. Let us see what's going on. Gnomes or rather, Nomi, thank you for the lemon donation over on D Live. I appreciate it. Let us see. Just Another Red Shirt, who is a member, says, as a kid, my birthday cake was always a Carvel ice cream cake. What's a Carvel ice cream cake? That's interesting. I don't know what a Carvel is. Yeah, no, growing up, it was always, as I said, cookie cake was the go-to for all kids. Ice cream cake I would have a couple times in my early days, and I do like ice cream cake. Nothing against it. But a good chocolate chip cookie cake, so good. The chocolate icing especially on it, so good. And, of course, my go-to now, like for a long time now, my go-to has been yellow cake with the chocolate icing. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. By the way, 217 million tops. Bro, you do realize that makes it the best film since Bad Boys for Life. You do realize that makes it the highest grossing domestic film. You need again, you've got to be trolling me now. Limping to 200 million means only making it to 199 or making it to 201, 202. If you're over that, you're not limping anymore. No, you're trolling. At this point, you've got to be trolling. Because I don't want you to be clueless. I really hope this is a troll. Punkwaddle, I've had some Cheerwine before too, but DP is for me. What? I don't even know what that means. Newsies is a good movie. Newsies is a classic. It's a lot of fun. I'm sad that they had to kind of screw things over a bit in the musical version. They changed so much of the story to a ridiculous degree. Like, it's one of those things where they got rid of the love interest, and instead they made the character played by Lone Star. They made the character played by Lone Star into a female reporter. Come on. And then she became the love interest. So they combined them together, and it's just like, come on now. Mr. Peabody, what's going on, good sir? Welcome back. Carrot Tharp says, Newsies once, and that was enough for me. I like the movie. I like the beginning. Try Bottle Alley or the Harbor. Try Central Park, it's guaranteed. Try any bank, a bomb, a barber. They almost all know how to read. So good. Let us see. Thank you for the birthday wishes, good sir. I appreciate it, Peabody. Thank you. Eagle Rider says trouble. All I can think of is if you're saying trouble is, oh, we got trouble right here in River City with a capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool. We surely got trouble. Honky Chunky Funky Monkey says, I wouldn't want to say I had the Han Solo dice. It's the original, though, from the original films. That's what it's replicated on. It's not specifically. Keep in mind, like the Solo dice are not from Solo the movie. Solo the movie decided to turn the dice into something that no one really cared about. So it's not really much of a fight, Laura. Really isn't, because there's only one correct answer in this. Peabody says, play area for Baby Thor can't be where his Tesla coil. Yes, we've got to be very, very careful. Very, very, very careful. No doubt about it. Let us see. Carvel is a company. Okay. Yeah, I never heard of that company before. See, Andrew Hoyle then says, what movie are we talking about here? What movie? Or if we're talking about for the box office, we're talking about Shang-Chi. People are still trying to make excuses for the film not being the big success that it is. And as I said, in comparison to other Marvel films, it's still very much bottom of the barrel. But we have to at least be honest. And it is easily passing $200 million. Easily passing $200 million. And is going to easily break even as well. So, again, it's going to break even, and it's going to make profit. And only one person isn't correct here, and he's just not taking the L. And that's Don, which is why I hope he's trolling. I really do hope he's trolling. Carrot cake is the favorite. Carathar. Carrot cake is the favorite. I don't know. Carrot cake's okay. I think carrot cake's okay. Joey Horn says, anyone else like a German chocolate cake? I feel like I've had one before, and I want to say I like it. I don't know. Snorpoopa says, Carvel's an ice cream franchise, soft serve ice cream and ice cream cakes. Nice. Very, very cool. Yeah, here in the Chattanooga area, we have, what's the ice cream that we have? It is, I can think of the ice cream shops, but I'm blanking out on the ice cream brand at the top of my head. So, Laura Story says, they have a trolley that rolls through Disneyland, and the Newsies are on it singing. That is pretty awesome, Laura. I actually really do like that. Steady says, I saw an AMC theater commercial with Nicole Kidman reminding everyone of magic of movies. So yeah, 70B, I mentioned that in a video like a while back. Yeah. They spent, I think, $25 to $50 million on that ad campaign, by the way. It's crazy. It's pretty crazy. Not Cold Stone, Jake 80 Buck. It's an actual, it's not a shop. It's an ice cream brand. It's similar to like Breyers or what's the other one? Bluebell. That would be another one. But it's another brand entirely. So Eagle Rider, thank you for the birthday wishes. I didn't see the birthday, the happy birthday part. I hadn't seen that. You're incorrect. Cake is beautiful. Cake is wonderful. The cake is also a lie, but that's a whole other story. Yamakin Tao, yes it is, good sir. It certainly is. Absolutely is. Let's see. Drunken Ryan and Jeremy Road Trip stream raid at Odin. Oh, well, thank you very much. Thank y'all for sending some people over. I appreciate it. We're about to wrap things up here. So let me see if I can. Nope. I'm going to say no. Rosetta Allen. Nope. Cake is beautiful, sugary goodness. Sweet, sugary goodness. Which just reminds me of Charlie the Unicorn. Hey, Charlie. 70V. 70V, are you listening to me? I've mentioned this now 3 times. I got it. And I said thank you. And I've mentioned it in the Discord. And again, thank you so very much for the gift card. I appreciate it. Stephanie B, are you listening? Are you listening to me? All right, as we get close to the end, I'm going to play that clip, though, just to connect it with my age. Hybrid X13 says, Carrot Cake versus Pineapple Pizza, finally a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary. Ah, yes, of course. Gyame Quintal, thank you for the $5.55 Canadian super chat, saying happy birthday, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, Bluebell is Texas made, and I do love me some Bluebell. That's pretty good. It's not the one I'm thinking of, though. Mine's Tennessee. Sir Boobus, my weaknesses are key lime pie, cherry pie, which I got out of the way to avoid. I'm already a bulky old bear. Nice! Very cool. Very cool. Let's see. Are you old enough now to use back in my day legitimately? Back in my day? I mean, I guess I kind of can, but... I love German chocolate cake, but if we're talking about the Germans, I'll take Schick tort. Schick tort. I don't know if that's the way you pronounce it or not. Stephanie B says, I'm having a day. It's all good. It's all good. Send Odin a Bob Ross wig. Wouldn't that be interesting? Thank you again for that super chat, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's not Blue Bunny. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I'm blanking out. But anyway, let me see if I can get this up and running here. So I just need to change the window capture. Just need to change the window capture. First off, this needs to be open. Jacques Lesoive, what's going on, dude? Says, I'm sorry, Odin, you don't get your Trivial Pursuit piece. I'm afraid the correct answer was the Moops. How dare you, Jacques Blessois? How dare you say that to me? Anyway, so let me fix this now. Let me fix this. I got it. There we go. Anyway, so this is one, it's a great musical, hilarious musical called Twisted, but this is pretty much what I feel as far as my birthday.
How's a 33-year-old kid supposed to know how to survive on his own? No idea what it's been like. I had no one to bake me bread, no one to make my bed, no one to teach me the difference between right and wrong, or to sing me a song. I long to be as strong as I used to be, but I was orphaned at 33.
Anyway, it's the only song I know of where 33 is actually mentioned. It's the only song in which the age 33 is mentioned. So I just had to share that. But yeah, it's a great play on Aladdin. They play up Aladdin being a 33-year-old, again, 33-year-old orphan. And, of course, Jasmine being a lot younger. So they turned Aladdin into a creep, whereas Jafar becomes, like, the good guy. It's fun. It's a fun play on the musical. I don't know. It was fun. Awesome one. Thank you again for the birthday wishes. But I am indeed going to be heading out. Not Baskin Robbins. That's not the one. But, yeah, 33 is the one. Just Another Red Shirt says, Odin, I'm sure, is 39 and will always be. Nope, I'm 33. I will say, though, I cannot wait to get to be the age of Jefe from Three Amigos, because once that happens, I can... Wait a minute. Is that another reference? What is the age of El Guapo? Because that actually might be another one. Oh, man. I have to look this up now. What do you know? There is one other reference. Okay. Well, now that I found this, I have to find it. There's one other reference. It's not a song, but there's one other reference, and I cannot believe that it's taken me this long to figure it out. So we're gonna watch this one together. I'm at the age now. I am El Guapo. All right, here we go.
Today, he is 33 years old. Salud.
I'd totally forgotten. I had totally forgotten about that connection. Oh my god. Today I am 33 years old. Well, might have to watch that tonight. Oh, but anyway, with that out of the way, I do need to head out. As I said, it was going to be early night tonight. You have Freya to build your IKEA furniture. What more can you want? Mr. Peabody, it's a great point. Slice your neons. Yeah, seriously. Oh, man. Punk Waddle says, Shovels and Rope have a song called Hail, Hail, and it mentions... Oh, it does. Okay. Interesting. Weird that a lot of random things were mentioned. 33, apparently. Yeah, it is my birthday, Jonah Wingster. Thank you, you pet troll, you. Wow, I'm almost 2 Odins old. 2 Odins? What? 2 Odins old. Next year, I will be old enough to run for president. Yes, Carrot Tharp. That's like the only other thing that is like on the list. I've hit the age of El Guapo, so that's a thing I can check off my list. Next I think real big milestone, I guess, would be the rage to run for president. Not that I would ever want to, because dear Lord, what an awful position in the modern world that would be. So in Hobbit terms, Odin is finally an adult. This is a fact. Yes. Yes, 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 absolutely. It says 33. Gotcha. May Pewta always be with you. Thank you. CC Thorne coming in right at the very end. Thank you very much for the super chat. Also, apparently, I have the same birthday as Confucius. Huh. Never would have known that. Jean Hu, what's going on? Thank you for that. I very much appreciate it. IbertX13 then says, 33, well, that's not bad for a pointy-eared elvish princeling. I myself am sitting at the age of 43. Is that really a line? Is that really a line? That's amazing. Well, anyway, I do need to head out, everybody. So, again, thank you very much for all of the birthday wishes, for the donations. Really does mean a lot. You guys are awesome. Let me go ahead and pull up my usual list of people to give some shout-outs to. I am so happy, though, that I've just made the connection that I am now the age of El Guapo. That just makes me so happy. Because now from every birthday from this point forward, it's just going to have to be that. Today, I am 33 years old. But a huge shout out to Soul Extraction, Malvin, Dolores Ed, Trolley Wolf, Low Pro, Farrah Lovely, Valiant Renegade, Jonathan Marshall, Eric K, Cornelius Schultz, Fedigator, Gonzalo Bergali, George Molo, Grimm's Math, Wicked Plumber, Kara Tharp, Dabman Walking 55, M Tack Shark, Forever Sci-Fi, Rosie G12, Andrew Hoyle, Orange Hat Reviews, Jay Stowe, and Aiden Vickery. Thank you all very much for being here tonight. And thank you. Hypern was just fooling with that Gimli quote. How dare you fake a quote like that? New number 2, I don't remember what it was like to be 33. Well, it feels very similar to what 32 felt like. And 32, to be honest, was a bit of a whirlwind because of all of the madness in our world today. But anyway, thank you all so very much for all of the love. Have some fun tonight. The best birthday gift that you can give me tonight, have some fun. Have some fun. Be responsible. Have some fun. Say some prayers if you would for me as well. Pray for me. Pray for anyone else that might need prayer. Pray for the intercession of Saint Wenceslas, which I probably also just completely butchered as well. But anyway, you guys are all fantastic. Again, thank you for all of the love. And again, thank you for your time, your attention, and also again, thank you to everyone who was able to donate. That's awesome. I appreciate it. I really do. So you guys are great. 70B, and especially tonight, especially Laura. Thank you, Laura, for stepping up. I appreciate it. Thank you also, 70B and Tina, for the birthday gift for my Valks. Always great to have everybody here. Anyway, you guys are freaking awesome, amazing, beautiful people. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. And as always, God bless. And now for a huge shout out to all of my September Locals, Patreon, and Subscribe Star members. First with my Locals members, Cats App, D Sharp, It's a Modern Major General Story, Bifford the Hobbit, and Robert Barnes. I want to give a shout out to, especially to Laura, who is now a double supporter on Locals and on Patreon. So thank you for that. And to all of my Locals members. A shout out also to my Patreon members, Andrew Hoyle, animation commentator Brandon, Brian P., Christopher Bowman, Don Bruno de la Mancha, Father Christopher Miller, hail to you, Father, Father Damian Cook, Garrett Searles, Hannibal Grimm, Harold Francis, Inflamed Wood, Jacob Juice, Jeffrey Toone, Joe Horn, Jonathan Garney, Gomer Kyle 79, the Modern Major General Story once again, Mike Jackson, Mad Mitch Dunaway, Mondo Spieler, Mr. Peabody, On to June, Orange Hat Reviews, Out of Step with Reality, Priscilla Hall, Rosetta Ullen, Teresa Martin, Theodore Bendon, Tina Bojan, and Tina B., the Empress of the Universe. And a shout out also to my Subscribe Star members, The R, Fast Reaction, Nosferatu Gatsu, John B., Perpetual Punster, Mr. Roy, Glinzer, J. Alex McCarthy Jr., Dean Heiss / the new number 2, J-Rod the Beer Guru, and ZK Man. Thank you all very much for supporting the channel. And I want to give a huge shout out to new members, one-time supporters over on Locals, Kara Tharp, K Tharp. 56, and Brett D90. Thank you again for being a one-time supporter over on Locals, and also to my newest Patreon member, Stan Gunovic. And hopefully I pronounced that correctly, but thank you for being my newest members. It really does mean a lot. And if you want to have your name shouted out at the end of every single video or live stream on the main channel, please check out the links in the description below, specifically that top link, which will bring you to all of the links to my various social media pages and also places of support as well. And remember that if you join at the Army of Asgard level, you also get access to giveaways of 4K titles. Right now, I have a live giveaway of Snatch on 4K Steelbook. I've also got ones for Dread, Wrath of Man Blu-ray. I've also got A Quiet Place Part 2 on 4K. I've got Top Gun on 4K, Sicario on 4K, tons of films and more to come, especially as more films are getting released for those giveaways. At the Keeper of the Bifrost level, you get all of that, plus you get access to an exclusive podcast that I do with John the Flick Pick Flickinger. Not only do you get to listen to the podcast, you also get to ask questions that we answer as much as we can and as fully as we can in a much more, I guess you could say, uncensored way, but again, a much more free-flowing way for our members over there at the Keeper of the Bifrost level and above. And if you join the Chosen of Valhalla level, you get access to all of those things, plus in your first month, you get a free t-shirt, your choice, and I send it to you no matter where you are in the world. And also, you get to once a month be featured on the channel in the Chosen of Valhalla live stream, where we talk about movie, news, and pretty much anything that you want to talk about. So if that all sounds like fun to you, check out those links below. You're all amazing and beautiful people. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And as always, God bless.